Gang, what's the deal? We headed to the east side now. So I don't really take days off. Like, a day off to me is pretty much like working, you know, like 8 to noon or something. My girlfriend always get mad because I'm like, I ain't working this weekend, but like I'm gonna work at least 8 to 12. But being an entrepreneur, like, you don't really have the luxury of just like being off the clock. Like, I take Sundays for my family, but I'm doing something for my job every single day in some form or fashion, like answering a call, responding to a message, setting something up for it. You know, I'm really not at the luxury to where I can take a day off, and I love it. It's cool. This is what we signed up for. I have no complaints at all. So if you want this entrepreneur life, ain't no days off. We 25-8. Let's get it.
We don't be in y'all business. How you think we always end up being in y'all business? The same feeling that you get like when you a kid on Christmas. I just not done a little slab and I was on a hit list. And I ain't been rapping, I've been trapping, trying to learn my business.
So we back at one of my favorite places. Remember that Subway towel from yesterday? We convinced the client to go ahead and get some bigger towels, so I'm returning this and get some bigger ones and then head to the crib. So grabbing spaces. OG said get the wedge one, snap in. Said we can't get them level with that. Let's just give it up. This client is in New York, so I'm about to call him. We're gonna pick out what wall tile we want. So we decided to go with this same white grout. It's 12 by 24, so one foot by 2 feet. Way better coverage. The other one was 3 inches by 6 inches. Like, this is gonna do us great. So let's talk about pricing. From a lot of books that I've read and people that mentor me, they say if you're not missing out on half of your bids because you're too high, then you aren't high enough. So we never want to be the cheap or affordable contractor. Like, I'm straight on that. We not thirsty for no jobs. We actually got too much work. So, you know, be fair with your pricing, but put everything into your pricing and keep your prices high. Deliver great quality, but keep your prices high. Do not bargain. Don't do deals. Don't do discounts. Keep it high. Don't be the cheap and affordable guy. All right.
6 inches left down here. You put 3 down here and 3 at the top. You don't put the whole 6 down here. That's what they say the rule is. So if it's bigger than that, say if it's just 4 inches left, you just put it at the top. Or, you know what I'm saying, if it's small, if it's real small, you can, but usually you split the difference depending on how small it is. Like if it's like this, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people just split the difference. But if it's big enough, I mean, it just depends on how you want to do it. But if it's like this much tile left, you just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, you can do that whole thing. Okay. But you always started with something right here. You never know if the tub is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna do a little one of these. 10.75, which is 10 3/4. Took an inch off of that, which is 11 3/4.
You did it right.
You did it right, nigga. Got my man right. You get excited and you get mad. Like, Subway, we ain't doing the subs.
Oh, okay. I was just checking to make sure everything was cool. Because I can just know you say they sent it and they said it looked good. I just wanted to
Do one of these.
So you put that there to make sure it's level.
And then the first one, like we said, it's gonna be 5. What I said it was gonna be?
5 3/8.
No, 5 3/8 was from the bottom. The 5. What the fuck? I said something else. I thought I wrote it down. Motherfucker. Anybody got a mixer? I mean, a different drill besides the impact?
Yeah, I'm out of my trunk.
All right, I'll get that to you.
She'll be solid.
Great cut. Clean cuts get big bucks. Threw them bitches in not too long ago.
And then when you go up, like I said, you gotta split the difference between this here and here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
So this is not quite the 12. I mean, what's that, 11 and whatever. So we gotta do that. So it's 94 inches from here to the up there. So 94 just so happened to be 11 3/4 times 8. So I did it times 8, so it's just perfect. You know what I'm saying? It just made it to that. So what I had to do, once it's 11 3/4, you gotta take an eighth off for each spacer. So it's gonna be 8 spacers. Let's see. So it should be one down here, 1, 2, you know, on up. So that takes off an inch. So that inch took off. It's gonna be 10 3/4, and then I go half of that. All right, make it hot. Make it hot. Say it on me, Sheldon.
What?
Say it on me.
Say what on you?
Mix.
I'm gonna mix yours.
Yeah, don't play with it. Go ahead.
Water.
Go ahead.
Rocky.
It's like cake, Nick.
Yeah.
Cake.
Yeah, I know how to make a cake.
I ain't talking about cake, you know, bro. I'm talking about cake.